All right, go ahead and sit up tall. Ground yourself here, palms on your lap, thumbs together. Eyes closed or slightly open, staring at a point on the floor, seeing the periphery, the very tip of the nose, without going cross-eyed, just seeing it kind of in the lower part of your vision. Bring your awareness straight down to the Muladhara chakra at the very base of your spine. And as we've been exploring these many weeks, this chakra is designed to root and ground us in the here and in the now, aligning our physical body with the physical earth beneath us, cultivating a strong and steady foundation so that we can live in this world, be a part of this world, and at the same time do the work to transcend the attachments that we have to this physical planet and all of its forces. Bring your awareness to the lower part of the abdomen, to the Svadhisthana chakra. That first chakra is like the cup that holds the fluid of that second chakra, sacred fluid. It's about movement and pleasure and desire, sexuality and sensuality. It's where we learn how to engage in our one-on-one relationships and also learn how to develop protective psychological boundaries in regards to those seductive forces like sex or drugs or money, power, other people. Bring your awareness to the Manipura chakra, that third chakra. Here we begin to individuate. If the first chakra is about our relationship with the physical world and our family, our community, second chakra is one-on-one relationships. The third chakra is about the relationship that we cultivate with ourself. It's here where we develop that strong sense of self by no longer identifying with our ego or with the identification of the external world, where we recognize that we're not our bodies or the money that we make or our age or our sexuality or the color of our skin, our religion. It's here we begin to understand and transcend the pull of the ego. And open ourselves with good self-esteem to the knowing that we are whole, individuated, to the divine and to each other in love. And then bring your awareness to the heart chakra, right in the center of the chest, to that point of love and truth and compassion, empathy, altruism, reaching out and taking in. Here we begin to bridge that rainbow path and open ourselves to the symbolic, etheric world that invites us to not just love and be devoted to ourselves, but to see the beings around us as extensions of our own very beingness. When we begin to love ourselves, forgive ourselves, we can begin to love all and forgive all for their own humanity, their frailties, all the ways in which we all falter in our spiritual development. And bring your awareness to the throat chakra, the Visuddha chakra, right in the center of the throat. Here is about communication, self-expression, the power of choice. When our head and our heart are in alignment, the words in which we speak will be congruent to truth, to love, and therefore our self-expression will be wise. You cannot have wisdom without truth and love. And now grounding down, lengthen the spine, close your eyes, turn your eyeball straight up to the third eye center, to the Ajna Chakra. And allow the space to expand, for here we begin to transcend and go beyond our five sense reality to all the ways in which we've been conditioned to be attached to what we can see, hear, taste, smell. On and on, all the ways in which our senses determine our reality. The third eye center allows us to begin to expand and enter into a more illuminated state of perception, a sixth sense, if you will, that is beyond reason, beyond the literal and the logical. And it requires trust and faith and confidence. Allow that space to expand. For it is here that we arrive at a deeper truth than perhaps we've ever previously been aware of. A truth that God exists within and within all. That each moment is a miracle, and that we are in the presence of magic, of transformation. That everything that's been happening in this world has been happening for our spiritual development, not happening to us to punish us. We're not victims of this life, although there will be moments that are hard and scary and overwhelming. But every moment is an opportunity to bring us closer to God. And then place your palms into prayer. Calling in the God of our own unique understanding, we ask, may this practice be an opportunity to release the tension physically, emotionally, psychologically, so that we can open into our third eye center, so that we can explore the realms beyond our five sense reality and enter into that sixth sense of imagination, of thoughts, of ideas, of visions, of dreams, of intellect, and of intuition. May our intuition expand. May we gain the self-esteem necessary so that when we get an intuitive hit, we will say yes again and again to that inner guidance, allowing that guidance to move us in the directions that's for our highest good, and that brings us into a deeper alignment with the source of our soul, with the God of our light, with the whole of our being. We ask, may this practice be blessed, and may the vibration that's cultivated from our bodies, from our hearts, be offered outward as a unified prayer for interdependence, for integration, for love, and for peace. And then together we offer this blessing with one single Om. Take a deep breath in. Release your hands. You're going to find your way onto all fours. Inhale, arch your back. And exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. And so remember, in Mystic Flow, I'm going to decrease the cueing that I often give, giving more space for integration, for practice, for silence. Towards the end of the practice, I'll introduce what we often do on Fridays. Look at the role of forgiveness, of reframing our narratives, and then some affirmations. At the end of the exhale, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen, hands to the hips, flat back to stand, palms right at the heart. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. And then inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog, and breathe. Find your drishti. Notice when you check out, dissociate. Notice anything that arises in the practice. When it does, come back to the sensation, come back to the breath. Observe what's going on in your mind. This will often bring you back into present time. At the end of the exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come on up all the way, arms reach. Exhale, palms at the heart. Follow the breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. At the end of the exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last time on your own. Hold downward dog when you get there. At the end of the exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And palms right at the heart. Take a moment. And then Surya Namaskara B. Bend your knees, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale, bend the knee, arms reach, look up and stretch. Exhale, both hands down. Step it back, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, left foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale, come on up all the way, bend the knee, arms reach. Exhale, both hands down. Step it back, lower. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Breathe here. At the end of the exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale to stand. Palms right at the heart. Take a moment. Just let it integrate. And then again, just follow the breath count. Bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Same exhale, right foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, same exhale. Left foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale. Exhale, go through your vinyasa. Hold downward dog when you get there. So remember that the sequence that we're going to be doing today is really designed to help to stimulate and feed into the brain, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, the hypothalamus. Remembering when you're thinking about trauma and the mind-body connection, all the ways in which the brain responds to trauma, releasing chemicals like cortisol, adrenaline into the body. And the ways in which these practices help to calm the mind, help to regulate the central nervous system. How to help just ease and soothe different parts of the brain, the reptilian part of the brain, the limbic, the neocortex. So a lot of the poses that we're going to be doing are bringing our head lower than our heart. Like right now in downward dog, I'm holding you here for a little bit longer because it's an inversion. And it takes a little bit of time being upside down for the pose to take effect. Stretch it back and then walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, look up. Separate your feet hips width apart. Grab hold of the big toes. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Relax the neck. Let the weight of your head pull against the cervical spine, just feeling space between each vertebra. Inhale, look up, lengthen. You're going to slide your hands underneath the feet, standing directly onto the palms, big toes to the wrists. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Relax the neck again. Inhale, look up, release the feet, hands to the hips, flat back to stand. The blood is going to drain, so come into Tadasana. Allow for that moment of integration. Feeling your own heartbeat, maybe the pulse in your neck. And then palms right at the heart. And let's do Surya Namaskar B one more time on your own. Begin when you're ready. Hold downward dog when you get there. Come down onto your knees. Come down onto your forearms. Interlace your fingers. Tuck your pinky in. And you're going to bring the base of your palms together. Get your elbows a little closer than shoulders width. And then come up into dolphin. As you come up, you'll roll over the skin, over the bones. And that'll bring your elbows into correct position. Straighten the legs if you can and allow your ears to come along the inner upper arms. Press down to lift the head up off the floor and then stretch your legs back. Come down onto your knees. Come onto all fours. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're going to inhale, lift that right leg up, point the foot, but drop your hip. Take a couple of breaths here as the blood and the fluid of your right leg drain down through the body. You're going to swing your right leg all the way forward between your hands. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, come up into crescent. Interlace your fingers except for the index. Stretch the arms up. Bend your right knee. Look up towards the hands. Exhale, you're going to release the hands, place both hands on the floor. Left hand stays down. Bring your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Both shoulders pull down the back, look up towards the right thumb. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, both hands down onto the floor. Step your back foot in about a foot. Line your right heel with the left heel. You're going to straighten the right leg. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Hold here for a moment as you allow your right hip to pull back and your chest to extend forward. You're going to take your left hand and bring it to the pinky toe side of the foot. Put your hand on a block if you need to. Right hip pulls back. Sternum elongates. Bring your right arm straight up to the ceiling. Breathe here, turning up to look towards that right thumb so you're spinning into the cervical spine. Take a deep breath. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Walk your hands forward. And then bring your ears along your inner upper arms. Relaxing the neck. Breathe here. Inhale, look up, bend your right knee a little bit, and you're going to walk your fingertips forward, lift your left leg, chest lifts. Keep your left hand down, you can put it on a block or stay on your fingertips. Bring your right arm up, making a twist. Look up towards the right thumb. Exhale, both hands down. You're going to bend your right knee a little bit, step back onto the ball of the back foot, keep your fingertips onto the floor. Position yourself so that you're in a lunge pose with your hands on the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend your left knee. Extend your left toes away from you. Keep your left hand down onto the ground. Reach the right arm behind. You're going to bend your left knee, grab hold of your left foot. If you can, walk your hand down and grab your ankle, flex the foot, bend your right knee deeper, stretch the left foot away, look out over the right shoulder. Look forward, gently release the foot, both hands onto the floor. From here, you're going to walk your hands back. You're going to straighten the right leg. Walk your right foot up a little bit. Flex the right foot. Walk your hands forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over the straight right leg. Inhale, look up. Walk your hands back a little bit. Not everyone is going to be able to do this. So some of you are going to take a block, and as you walk your hands back and slide the heel back, you're going to sit your buttocks onto a block, or you're going to drop your buttocks onto the floor next to the left heel. And again, you can go up onto a block here, elevating yourself. Or if it's too much on the knee still, bring that foot forward and come into Janu Shirshasana, but probably off the block. Okay. Tiryan Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Walk your hands forward, grab the foot and fold. Take some breaths. And so this is a complicated pose that requires a lot of different actions that are happening in more delicate joints, like the knees, for example. I'm going to give a couple of different alternatives going forward, since I'm not there to see you or what you're doing. Many of you are going to stay here. Some of you are going to come up, and you're going to take that right foot, and you're going to come into half lotus with that right foot. You can also just place the foot to the inside of the thigh and put a block underneath the knee, or half lotus. If you're in half lotus, you might, perhaps some of you, reach around and grab a hold of the big toe of your right foot with the right hand. Left hand onto the left knee. No, left hand onto the right knee, sorry. Inhale, lift your chest, and then twist. Exhale, face forward, hold here. If you're folded forward, you're going to inhale, come up. You're going to, if you're in half lotus, you're going to release the foot and put it down onto the floor. Then if your leg is straight, bend it. Then hands on the floor, you're going to lean forward, walk your hands forward, curl the back toes under, lift the knee, come into downward facing dog. Take a breath. So a lot of movement in the spine, which helps to stimulate the nadis, the Sushumna, the Ida, the Pingala. Helps to awaken that Kundalini energy at the very base of the spine. Step your left foot forwards down the ball of the back foot. Inhale, come up into crescent. Interlace your fingers except for the index, but do it the awkward way. Arms reach. Look up. Bend the knee. Exhale, both hands down. Right hand down, bring the left arm straight up. Shoulders down the back, chest forward, turn so that you're spinning at the cervical spine and look upward towards the left thumb. Exhale, both hands down. You're going to step your back foot in a little bit, heel to heel, straighten the leg, left hip pulls back. Inhale, look up, walk your hands forward for a few moments. Establish that pose. Quads lift. And then bring your right hand to the pinky toe side of the foot. Continue to pull that left hip back, chest forward. And then left arm reaches, look up towards the left hand. Keep the chest pulling forward. Exhale, both hands down, look down. Inhale, look up, walk your hands forward, and then drop your ears along your inner upper arms. So we have the inversion. Obviously, you're also stretching the hamstrings, but there's other things that are happening here as well. Inhale, look up, bend your left knee a little bit, walk your hands forward, lift that right leg, drop the hip. Keep your right hand on the floor. Inhale, the left arm reaches straight up. Chest elongates. Look upward towards the left hand if you can. Exhale, both hands down, look down, bend your left knee a little bit, step way back with the right foot and come onto the ball of the right foot and come into a lunge with the hands remaining on the floor. You hold. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the right knee down, extend the toes away from you. Keep your right hand down, reach the left arm back, bend your right knee, grab hold of the foot or the ankle, flex the foot, open the chest, and then bend your left knee deeper. Exhale. You're going to release the leg, both hands onto the floor. You're going to lean back, walk your hands back a bit, walk your left leg forward, and then flex the foot. Inhale, look up, and exhale, fold over your straight left leg. Inhale, look up, walk your hands back, slide that left heel back, and then you're going to drop your sit bones to the inside of that right foot using a block or bringing that right leg into Janu Shirshasana if it's too much on the knee. You can move the calf away if it feels like it's all stuck in there. And then both hands on the floor, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then either stay in this variation or come up. You can put your left foot to the inside of the right quad, or you can come into half lotus. When you do this though, I like to spread the right knee out a little further. So you open up that space and then reach around and try to grab hold of the big toe. Right hand on the left knee, and then look out over the shoulder. Deep breaths. Exhale, face forward. And then if you're folded in Tiryan Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana, you're going to come up. If you're in half lotus, you're going to put the foot on the floor. Then if that leg is straight out in front of you, you're going to bend it. And then everybody, you're going to put your hands on the ground, lean forward, curl your back toes under, lift the right knee, and step back, downward dog. Release the neck. Step your right foot forward, your back foot flat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Press the right knee open, straighten the right leg. Hinge at your right hip, hand onto the shin, ankle, or floor. Left arm straight up to the ceiling. Bowl shoulders down the back. Look up and breathe. Look down, press into the feet. Inhale, come up, turn your right foot in, hands onto your hips. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, fold, fingertips onto the floor. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You can put a block underneath your head, or if you can, let your head touch the floor. To make that happen, you might need to move your feet a little bit wider apart. Bring your hands between the legs, elbows bent. And hold here, just stimulating the very crown of the head. Lift the shoulders away from the floor. Press the tops of the thighs back. Inhale, look up, walk your hands forward, bring your feet a little closer together, hands to the hips, flat back to stand, and you're going to step to the back of your mat, palms right at the heart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Press that left knee open, then straighten the left leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Reach through that right arm, shoulders down the back, and breathe. Look down. Inhale nice and slowly to stand. Turn your left foot in. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold. Widen the stance a little bit. Try to get your head to touch the floor, some of you, or the block. Inhale, slowly come all the way up to stand. Hands to the hips. You're going to bring your feet all the way together, coming into Tadasana. Allow just the blood to drain. Just noticing just any shifts of energy. And from here, you're going to come over to your wall space, and we're going to come into headstand. If you're not doing headstands because you're on your cycle, or it just gives you some pause, some concern, you can. There's a couple of things that you can do. For some of you, you can come into a tripod headstand. And so your hands are onto the floor with the wrists right under the elbows. You climb your knees onto your upper arms. And you either stay here, or if you can, you put your feet on the wall and then straighten one leg and then the other. Some of you prefer this. You can also come into a couple of more different spread-legged, folded forward bends using a block under your head like the ones we just did with the fingers interlaced. You can spread your legs, fold forward with your hands on your hips and let your head touch the block. Otherwise, you can also then cup your hands around the back of the head, fingertips touch the wall, elbows in. You press the shoulders away from the wall. Walk the feet in a little bit, and then come up. And you can either keep your heels against the wall or balance away from the wall. And you're going to hold here. I'm going to come down so I can talk. And so all week long I've been talking about the importance of inversions in the practice, but especially when working the Ajna Chakra, because of the way in which going upside down has such an impact on the central nervous system, on the brain. And the way in which this saturates the pineal gland, which is responsible for melatonin. It affects the circadian rhythms, which is just vitally important for just our physical and our mental health. It also is responsible for the reproductive hormones. And like I've been saying, it releases DMT, which is the spiritual molecule. And when that chemical gets released, we can feel like we're having these ecstatic experiences of oneness. You know, people often talk about that when they're on certain drugs, certain psychedelics, that sense of being in the matrix, that everything is interdependent and connected. And because I've done those kind of drugs in my past, I can confirm that those feelings are amazing and intense. And I've also had those experiences in the practice of yoga without drugs, through breath work, through asana, through meditation. These feelings of connection, of an implosion of energy, of ecstasy, of absolute bliss, that you can get there through these practices. Slowly lower your legs down over your head, and everybody come down into child's pose for a moment with the third eye touching the floor or a block. And just close your eyes. Just give your body just that chance to acclimate into the inversion without moving too quickly to the next pose. So you want to receive the benefits. Inhale, come on up. And you're going to find your way back to your mat. And you're going to lay down onto your backs. Squeeze your knees into your chest for a moment. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your head and just get your thumbs like right at the base of the skull and just gently pull. Dig your thumbs into the neck and then drag it up a little bit, just stretching out the back of the neck. Your hands sliding all the way up, like above the ear line. Feeling the stretch in the neck and all the way down into the muscles on either side of the spine. And then release that head down. And then place the feet down onto the floor. Pressing down into the feet, you're going to inhale, lift your hips up, draw the shoulders underneath you, interlace your fingers and press down. Push into the legs and lift the hips up higher. Either stay here, or those of you who have an Urdhva Dhanurasana practice, you're going to rotate your hand position. Inhale, come to the top of the head, press the elbows in, and then straighten the arms. And come on up. Feet are parallel. Tailbone lifts, neck releases. And then come back down to the top of the head and release. Separate your feet mats width, let the knees drop in, hands onto the belly. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then again, either come into bridge or you're going to rotate your hand position and come on up on your own. And then release it. Knees come together, not into your chest, just drop in towards each other. And then hands onto your belly, close your eyes. And then last time, separate your feet hips width apart. Either come into bridge or rotate your hands. And on your own, inhale, come on up. And release it. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Cross your right leg over your left. Drop your knees over to the left side. Reach the right arm out. Look towards the right arm and close your eyes here. And then switch sides. Cross your left leg over the right. Drop your knees over to the right. Reach the left arm out. Look towards the left arm. And then squeeze your knees back into your chest. Roll to your side and then press on up. Come into Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of the feet together. Roll the feet open. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. And you can put a block right underneath your forehead if you'd like. And close your eyes. And just allow your nervous system to settle. Concentrate on the sensation that you feel in your body. Now, I often say that intuition is not a gift, it's a skill. And the only thing that blocks us from our from our intuition is our self-esteem. When we're giving our power away, when we don't know who we really are, when we're identifying with external things like our sense of self becomes determined by the way we look or the money we make or the relationships we're a part of or the career or the roles we play. We find that there's never enough of anything to fill that void. Never enough money. Never enough sex. Youth. And this is what leads to suffering. And also, because of that insecurity, it's hard to trust ourselves. Giving away our power to external forces, it's all learned behavior. We pick this sense of not enoughness up from our families, from our religion, from our culture, our school when we were growing up. It's in the media. We recognize that what blocks us from really trusting this part of our nature, our imagination, our intellect, our emotional intelligence, our intuition, our visions, our dreams, it's trauma. It's limiting beliefs, it's social conditioning, it's constructs, it's samskaras. So remembering that what blocks that sixth chakra is going to be any blockages that you experience in the lower chakras, but specific to the third eye, it's like superstition, it's occult abuse, it's religious dogma, it's being told that you're crazy for seeing or believing as you do. It's psychological manipulation, any form of abuse. It's having your intuitive wisdom invalidated or denied. And it starts when we're so young, when our imagination is so abundant and we see the fairies and we see the angels, or we believe in Santa, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy. And then we get told that it's not true, it's a lie, or that it's in our head. This can set a tone for us not to believe in the fantastic, in the magic, and the miracles. It can lead us to become insensitive, to get obsessive, have difficulty concentrating, a hard time visualizing, imagining alternatives. We become monopolarized, meaning we believe in one true and right thing. We have a hard time remembering our dreams. Inhale, come on up. And you're going to bring your knees together. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. Then put your right foot to the inside of the left thigh, both hands on the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Turn your torso a bit, and then walk your hands out. Head to knee pose, Janu Shirshasana. So you fold here, and just close your eyes. So, what is the role of forgiveness when it comes to opening our third eye and trusting our intuitive nature? Why would forgiveness of self be an important part of the spiritual practice? What are the ways in which you have doubted your own intuitive knowing? The way you have called yourself crazy for thinking the way that you do, or allowing space for magic? What ways have you blocked you, because of your own low self-esteem, from following your intuition? And can you forgive you for any of the choices that you have made that have perhaps kept your feet firmly rooted in the earth, but wouldn't allow space for spiritual possibility, for magic, for miracles? Can you forgive yourself for the ways in which perhaps, even in this moment right now, you're blocking someone else from experiencing this part of their knowing by imposing on them your own rigidity or superstitions or practical know-how? Can you embrace that perhaps there is a world that exists beyond the five sense reality, and that we each experience this realm through unique and subjective ways? Inhale, come on up. Switch sides. Bring that right leg forward, that left foot to the inside, both hands on the floor. Inhale, lengthen, turn your left rib cage and fold over your leg. And close your eyes. And then what about forgiveness for others? When you consider it, have there been particular people in your life who have questioned you and your spirituality? I know that from my own experience over the years, especially because I got into this so young. Being the butt of every joke related to yoga and spirituality and whatever my thing was, being subjected to being called crazy or flaky or flighty or, magical, witchy, all the things. And the loneliness that one can feel when you're on a path that is subjective. And I learned over the years that the rigidity being imposed onto me had nothing to do with me. I was happy. But it had to do with the limitations within their own mind and imagination and the lack of opportunities they had to fully express the wondrous parts of themselves. The older I got, the more compassionate I could get when I would look at them and think how hard it must be in a body that isn't fully integrated or whole. How hard it must be not to be able to see beyond reason, to open your heart to the wonders of this world and to really experience the magic, the miracle, and the beauty of nature, of animals, of a heightened reality beyond this, the here and the now. So can you forgive others for the ways in which they tried to prevent you from leaning into the magical parts of ourself? That was never personal. It must have been scary for them at times to witness our own evolution, finding that we're getting further and further away as we get closer and closer to our own true self. What would forgiveness look like? What would it feel like? And what would it create? Inhale, come on up. Extend that left leg forward. Reach underneath your buttocks and pull the flesh back. And then inhale, bring both arms up. And exhale, fold over your straight legs, coming into Paschimottanasana. Then inhale, come up and roll all the way out until you're lying flat on your back. Once you're lying flat, you're going to come into shoulder stand if it's appropriate, using your blankets under the shoulders. Bring your legs straight up, coming into shoulder stand, or if you're on your cycle, or if there's anything going on in your neck and you're not dealing with shoulder stand right now, you can come into Supta Baddha Konasana, meaning just lay on your back, bring the soles of your feet together, turn your palms up, and just allow space for this restorative pose prior to Shavasana. Otherwise, you could just take a long Shavasana also. If you are in shoulder stand, make sure you have a good grip on your back, the thighs roll in, reach through the feet. If you're in shoulder stand, lower your legs down over your head. Then bend your knees down by your ears. Take a couple of moments here. If you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, bring your knees together. If you're in Karnapandasana, you're going to roll all the way out. And then once you're laying on your backs, bend your knees and put your feet onto the floor. If you need to take a spinal twist, you'll do it on your own. Otherwise, extend one leg straight out, then the other, then reach one arm out, then the other, and close your eyes. And once you're lying flat, just get as comfortable as you can with your eyes closed. Allowing your whole body to rest and relax. And as your body relaxes into the earth, I'm going to offer you up some affirmations related to the Ajna Chakra. And you can just let these these affirmations to settle into your cells, to receive them. I am the source of my truth. I am open to the wisdom within. My intuition is highly accurate and clear. My body is a powerful messenger, and I listen carefully to the signs and to the guidance that I receive. I love and accept myself. I choose to view my obstacles as opportunities to get closer to God. I live in alignment with my authentic self. My imagination is vivid and powerful. Seeing and understanding a bigger spiritual picture to why things happen as they do comes naturally to me. I trust my intuition always. I am wise, intuitive, and I connect effortlessly to the God within. And bringing your attention back to your breath. Inhale and reach your arms up over your head. Get a good stretch as you come back into the space. And then squeeze your knees into your chest. You're going to roll to your right side. And gently press back up into a seated position, sitting up as tall as you can. You're going to place your palms into prayer forward in front of you. Touch the middle fingers. Let the other 3 fingers bend to connect at the knuckles, and then touch the tips of the thumbs. And then bring the tips of the middle fingers upwards. Lower the hands a bit. So the thumbs are just by that hollow of the ribs. We're going to take 3 ohms, the bija mantra of the sixth chakra, and then we're going to just take about 1 minute to sit silently before we close this out in prayer. Take a deep breath in. Release your hands, place your palms onto your lap for Dhyana Mudra. Close your eyes, and let's just take a few moments here to get still and quiet. As you ground down, lengthen the spine. Keep your eyes closed, but turn your eyeballs straight up to the third eye center. Allowing the space to expand. And place your palms into Anjali Mudra. Take another deep breath in. Exhale it out through the mouth. And then we close this practice by giving thanks to God for the magic and for the miracle of it all. We ask, may we always be willing to see beyond reason and to cultivate that bigger spiritual picture to why things happen as they do. So we can see each moment upon our journey as an opportunity that brings us closer to God. That everything is happening for us, not to us. And there is a continual mirror being held up, showing us the places within ourselves that are disconnected from God, so that we can call our power back, so we can forgive ourselves and each other, so that we can heal the divides, so that we can heal the suffering that exists, so that we can, through our words, our actions, our deeds, and our intentions, cultivate the necessary peace that leads to liberation, to freedom, and to joy. We ask for continued clarity and insight, to allow our imagination to flourish, our wisdom to grow, and the love within us to lead us towards our purpose. And then together we offer this blessing with one single Om. Take another deep breath in. Lower your chin to your chest. Open your eyes and inhale. Come up. Thank you so much for class. Namaste.